Living here is nice, sometimes too nice. Every morning sometimes feels like a soft reset, perfect weather, birds, the sun of the city waking up slowly. You open the window, there's green mountains everywhere. It's calm, it's peaceful, but at the same time also dangerous, because once you actually build like the setup, like the apartment, the gym, it almost becomes too easy to actually stay comfortable. I've seen it happen to a lot of people here. Because you come for the freedom, like the lifestyle, the focus, and somewhere along the way, that focus actually kind of like turns into an autopilot. And I'm not saying that Medellin makes you lazy. I'm saying it gives you everything you once dreamed of, and it can slowly take away the edge that got you here in the first place. And I've been there myself quite a lot of times. And at some point, I actually realized like I needed to get pinched. Now, there was a moment I actually remember standing in my house, viewing over the valley, everything I ever said I wanted, like right in front of me. I had the systems running, businesses were scaling, shows were lined up with DJing, amazing people around me, and yet like sometimes I felt a little bit flat, not like burned out, just like untested. And that scared me more than a burnout ever did, because when life feels that good, it's easy to almost stop growing. Like you don't notice it at first, it's silent, like a few slower mornings, less urgency, you convince yourself you're living balanced, but deep down you really know that you're like just coasting off. I did something a little bit more uncomfortable than the usual, which is just that I left basically to like Asia, US, Europe, different continents, different pace, and different fires. Like in Tokyo, you feel that everything moves with precision, right? Everything moves fast, the whole city is just super synced up to like almost like a metronome. In New York, the energy punches you the second you land. It's like a free-for-all, people move with intention, and there's no room for comfort. Like you either level up or you're left behind. And in Europe, it's definitely more refinement and more at ease, but also speed still. Like the systems actually work there, people actually get things done on time, etc, etc. And that's when I realized how much Medellin has actually like spoiled me, because here the things definitely move differently. You can make money, build freedom, live well, but you're not surrounded by that same external push always. Like you have to create it for yourself and in your circle. Now when I came back to Medellin, I actually saw everything through new eyes and I actually appreciated it more. I just had to leave, right? Like the city felt lighter, still beautiful, still peaceful, but now I could actually see both sides, like the charm and the trap, because this city will give you paradise, but it won't always keep you as hungry. Like you have to bring your own fire. You see in a lot of other bigger cities as well. And I started noticing the things I actually used to ignore, like how people show up 20 minutes late, call it on time, how a simple bank transfer can take half a day, how tech and payments still are like years behind here. And in New York, you can just spin up an entire business from your phone in almost like an hour. Here, you're still chasing signatures and waiting for WhatsApp confirmations for certain things, letters with banks, etc., and just lots and lots of red tape. It's not just the infrastructure, it's the rhythm, right? Everything kind of like goes on its own here, and Colombia runs on like a feel and not a friction system, if you know what I mean. And that's what makes it both magical but also kind of like maddening at the same time, right? But before I sound ungrateful, because I know you guys have been saying that in the comments as well, let me just like say this: Medellin gets so much right. Like you can actually live life here, I would say. Like you don't need to flex, you don't need to grind 16 hours a day to survive. You wake up, train, eat, clean, see friends, walk through nature, and you still get work done. And you actually have like space to breathe, and that's rare in a lot of cities, right? Like most cities either give you ambition or peace. Medellin actually gives you both, as long as you know how to manage your own momentum. Now I would say like the community here is on another level. Like I've built friendships deeper than anywhere else with founders, artists, athletes, people who chose to be here intentionally, not by accident. And there's actually something magnetic about that specifically, because once you've actually been here long enough, you realize that everyone's chasing the same thing, which is freedom and flow. But let's keep it real. Like here, the tech side in Medellin is still like super far behind. Like you shouldn't come here for that. Like you can't just set up automations or expect seamless systems like bank accounts, right? Like trying to run a business here that depends on efficiency, like a Colombian business, and you'll get frustrated super fast because there's so much red tape. Like payments don't sync, some online platforms barely work, and half the time you need a local workaround just to do something basic. It's like living in the future lifestyle wise and the past operationally, almost, if you want to see it like that. And that's why people who thrive here have hybrid setups. They build in Colombia, but they run on global infrastructure, right? Like US payment processors, remote teams, systems built elsewhere. Or they just have a company that's not from here and make all their money in a different country. Because if you depend fully on what's local here, like you'll get stuck in like very slow motion. Here's kind of like what I learned from all of this. Like comfort is amazing, but it's expensive. Not in money, but more so in like momentum. If you don't actually watch yourself, like the same piece that heals you will also actually dull you. And it happens silently. Like you stop pushing, you stop experimenting, you start saying like mañana and a little bit more often, right? Okay, tomorrow. And before you know it, the person you actually moved here to become, I almost starts fading. And that can be the Medellin trap. It's not danger or nightlife or distraction, because you can get around that. It's more so like comfort, because this place can actually make you feel like you've already made it, even when you've still got so much more in you and you maybe haven't even made a lot of money compared to all the other people that live here. So here's honestly how I deal with it now. Like I live here most of the year because it gives me clarity, focus, and peace, and everything is just super automated. But I leave every few months to kind of like get punched in the face by life just a little bit more. For example, I'm looking to stay actually in Bogota for a couple months this time because I know it's super boring. The weather's absolutely ass. And it's just to feel that friction again, right? To remember what competition and pressure kind of like feels like, and also in like a bigger city, so that I can actually come back sharper and appreciate the city a little bit more as well, be more grateful and more intentional. And that's the balance that Medellin is to recover and the world's basically to grow. If you can manage that rhythm, you get the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Now, even after all the travel, like I keep coming back here because no other place gives me this level of balance, like peace to think, community to grow, and enough chaos to keep things interesting. It's still honestly one of the most underrated city on earth for builders, creatives, and entrepreneurs, in my opinion. It's not really overrun by the wrong type of people yet, and I hope it will never will be. Hopefully it still has a lot more years in it. But I've learned something big. Like if you want to live in paradise, you need to keep yourself awake inside of it and not get too comfortable, because the moment you stop challenging yourself, paradise quietly becomes a prison. And it has happened to me many times. Don't get me wrong. That's also why I'm making this video. If you're thinking about moving to Medellin, do it, but come with that awareness. Like, don't expect it to change you. Bring your own drive, your own systems, and your own rhythm, because this city will reflect back whatever energy you bring in it. Like if you're lazy, it will make you lazier. If you're driven, it'll sharpen you because there's no noise left to blame. And I've seen people come and go so many times because Medellin doesn't hand you success, it hands you that silence. What you do with that silence, that's on you. If you haven't seen my first video, like 2 years in Medellin, brutally honest review, just go watch it. I'll put it here somewhere on the screen. Like that was just about me living here for the past 2 years and my honest review about the city, because paradise is beautiful, but only if you keep earning it.